eagle-eyed football here. Crystal Palace 1, Brighton 1. I'm joined here with the chairman. What was your thoughts on the game today?
Well, first thing, thank God we got a point, but we really didn't deserve it, did we? It was a real poor performance from start to finish, and lack of decision making, lack of pace, get bullied off the ball continuously. It was literally like watching a cup game where a League Two side's playing a Premiership side, and they're just hanging on. Brighton had 75% possession. We had one shot on target. If the keeper hadn't dropped the ball, I couldn't see us scoring in a million years. We just really weren't good enough all over the field.
I think one thing that definitely stood out to me was that off-the-ball work was just not there. It just hasn't been there for most of the season. I think someone that jumps out to me is Schlapp. He doesn't press, does he?
No, I don't know what Schlapp does to get in the team. If you haven't got, just got to look at IU. Or maybe he hasn't got the skill, but he works so hard. But Schlapp is just a passenger for most of the game. There was a time where he got in the first half when he got the ball, he ran forward, he gave a really poor pass when it was like 2-on-2, and then pretty much just stood there and didn't even bother tracking back after his mislaid pass. But yeah, I don't know what he's doing to get a regular game. And to be fair, if he's going to play him, why didn't they play him at 10 like they did against Man United? Played pretty well. But if you're going to play him on the wing, why not just start with Eze? It was a really poor decision, really.
Looking at Eze as well, as you said, when he came on, changed the game a bit, started to look a lot more fluid when going forwards. However, he's also another one of the main culprits of his off-the-ball work not being there, because he just didn't seem to press up with Edouard at all, did he?
No, he didn't. I think when both of them came on, we had a better shape about us. But you can see it, when one of our players have got the ball and they look up, there really is just no option. Nobody's running off the ball. No one's trying to make space. No one's trying to work the space. No one runs to the corner to pull a defender with him, and no one jumps in between. It's really basic stuff, really. It's just laziness, isn't it? Really, and that stat we saw in a week where we have run the less out of all the other Premiership clubs. You can see it a mile away, can't you?
Definitely. How do you think Vieira handled the game today? Do you think he made the right subs and were they at the right time, or should he made the change earlier?
No, I think the timing wasn't a problem. I think it was about 60-65 minutes when he brought him on. Maybe Hughes would have stayed on longer, but he got injured, he had to go off. I'm surprised Decore stayed on. But I'm glad he put the two kids on. It was the obvious move. Eze and Edouard was the obvious move. But if you're going to buy these players, you've got to play them, innit? They've got to be better than what we've got, surely.
Definitely. Someone I probably think that had a pretty good game today, I thought, was Elise.
Elise, I thought his ball delivery was appalling, absolutely appalling. There was the corners and the free kicks. Only really after we got back to 1-0, he's actually started to run at the men. I don't know how many times he lost the ball. He got tackled so easy. Just a bit lightweight, really. But sometimes I know he's so lackadaisical, but sometimes he's got to show a bit of urgency. And because he gets bullied out too easy, you've got to have a bit of grit and steel about him to push on. But he played okay. Yeah.
Finally, who was your man of the match today?
Well, no one really stood out, did they? But I'm going to give it to IU just for his work rate. He ran so hard, he ran back and he tackled and he's pushing forward and he blocked out. He gave fouls when it had to be. But yeah, IU, but there really wasn't no one brilliant, really, to be fair.
Up the Palace?
Always up the Palace.